Hare Krishna. So, thank you very much. So, we continue our reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, chapter 1. The title of the chapter is Observing the Armies, Sainya Darshan. And today we will see shloka number 7 and 8. So, till now, this is conversation between Duryodhan and Drona. Conversation means actually Duryodhan is speaking to Drona. So let us chant the shloka, 7th number shloka. Asmakam tu vishishtaye
अस्माकं तु विशिष्टाये
sannibodha dvijottama
बोधाद्विजोत्तमा
nayaka mama sainyasya
सैन्यस्य
samyarta tanvavimi me
संज्ञादातान्नमब्रवीमि
asmakam tu vishishtaye
अस्माकं तु विशिष्टे
sannibodha dvijottama
तान्निबोधद्विजोत्तमा
नायका मम सैन्यस्य सम्यार्थ तन्ब्रवीमि ते
संज्ञादातान्नब्रवीमि ते
Please chant.
अस्माकं तु विशिष्टाये तानि बोधद्विजोत्तमा नायका मम सैन्यस्य संज्ञात तान् ब्रवीमि ते
अस्माकं तु विशिष्टाये तानि बोधद्विजोत्तमं संघातं तान् ब्रवीमि ते.
Someone else was also chanting. Please go ahead.
अस्माकं तु विशिष्टाये तान्निबोधाद्विजोत्तमा नायका मम सैन्यस्य संज्ञाद्यतान् ब्रवीमि ते.
Okay. So the translation of this verse is, but for your information, O best of Brahmanas, let me tell you about the captains who are especially qualified to lead my military force. So, but for your information, so before this shloka, Duryodhan is talking about the captains or the fighters of the Pandav Sena. So, in continuation, he's saying, okay, they have great fighters, but for your information, let me tell you, oh best of the Brahmans, because he is talking through Dronacharya, who is a Brahman. So, he is best of the Brahmans. He's saying, okay, but I will tell you about the captains who are qualified to lead in the Kaurav military force. So let's see the next chant, next verse also. Verse number 8. Bhavan Bhishmascha Karnascha
भवान् भीष्मस्य कर्णस्य
Krupascha Samitinjaya
कृपश्च समितिञ्जयः
Ashwathama Vikarnascha
अश्वत्थामाचरणश्च
Somadattistathaiva cha Bhavan Bhishmascha Karnascha
भीष्मस्य कर्णश्च
उपश्च समितिं जयः
कृपश्च समितिञ्जयः
अश्वत्थामा विकर्णश्च
अश्वत्थामाकर्णश्च
सोमदत्तिस्तथैव च
अस्ति तथैव
Please stand. Anyone wants to try?
भवान्
Yeah, go ahead.
भवान् भीष्मस्य कृष्णस्य कृपस्य समितिञ्जयः अश्वत्थामा विकर्णस्य सौमदत्तिस्तथैव च
भवान् भीमश्च कर्णश्च कृपश्च समितिञ्जयः अश्वत्थामा विकर्णश्च सौमदस्तिस्तथैव च
Very nice.
भवान् भीष्मश्च कर्णश्च कृपश्च समितिं जय अश्वत्थामा विकर्णश्च समौदत्तिस्तथैव च
Thank you very much. It's nice chanting. So we'll read translation and purport. There are personalities like you, Vishma, Karna, Krupa, Ashwathama, Vikarna, and the sons of Somadatta called Bhurishwara, who are always victorious in battle. Purport. Duryodhan mentions the exceptional heroes in the battle, all of whom were victorious. Vikarna is the brother of Duryodhan. Ashwathama is the son of Dronacharya. And Somudatti or Bhurishwara is the son of king of Bahalikas. Karna is the half brother of Arjuna as he was born of Kunti before her marriage with King Pandu. Krupacharya's twin sister married Dronacharya. So here in this shloka, like last shloka, he said, okay, I will tell you about the captains or the fighters, great fighters who are in our uh, army or Kaurav Sena. So here he first says Bhavan. Bhavan means the person with whom we are talking. So generally in our conversation, if we are talking with someone and we are referring to some examples or great personalities, then when we talk with someone, we have to respect that person. So we always say first the person with whom we are talking. So similarly, Duryodhana is saying Bhavan means he's first giving the name of okay, Dronacharya, yourself. So this is one reason of respecting the speaker, and also the second reason maybe like because Dronacharya is Brahman, and all other are like Bhishma, Karna, Krupa, and all these. They are Kshatriyas, right? And in Varnashram system, Brahman are the highest caste or the ashram, and it is respected above Kshatriya because Brahmins had always the duty to guide Kshatriya kings to rule the planet by Vedic principles. So from that angle also, the first name of Dronacharya is quite befitting. And also, though the captain of Kaurav Sena was Bhishma, but still he may not, because Bhishma was very learned in Vedic and scriptures. So Duryodhan was sure that he will not object for having Dronacharya's name first because he was Brahman and Bhishma knew this. So he first gave the name of Dronacharya and then Bhishma, who was the captain, then Karna, and then Krupacharya. So in the sequence, he has given the names. So if we see the captains of Kaurav Sena, they are in this sequence. First, Bhishma was there, then Dronacharya was there, then Karna was there. So all these were the commanders of Kaurav Sena afterwards. So these are the great fighters. And one surprising fact here is there is no name of Dushasan. So after Duryodhan, the most famous or the most famous Kaurav or most uh, talked about or mentioned Kaurav is Dushasan, who is Duryodhana's next brother. So there is no name of Dushasan here. So we may expect that why, okay, Dushasan's name should be there because he was also a great fighter and learned person. But we see from Duryodhana's angle, he was quite sure and assured that Dushasan will always support Duryodhan, and he will give his 100% to make Duryodhan happy or make Kaurav Sena victorious in the battlefield. So it was Dushasan was his loyalty was beyond doubting. So generally when we take something for granted or assume, or it's we have 100% more than 100% of confidence in certain thing, then we feel that there is no necessity to mention it. So here maybe Duryodhan in the similar way is no name of Dushasan because his loyalty is not questionable from point of Duryodhan. But others he is referring, and Karna, one thing is interesting is Karna, well, like Bhishma was the commander for first 11 days, right? 10 days. And till that time, Karna was not in the battlefield. Maybe you all know about this. But Bhishma said, like, till I am the commander of your army, Karna cannot fight under my leadership. So Karna was not there. And after Bhishma Dev was injured, then Karna came. And that time Dronacharya became the commander, and after Dronacharya, Karna became the commander of the Kaurav Sena. So here uh, Duryodhan is really logically uh, giving the names of his people who are very important fighters and whom Dronacharya should consider uh, as the key persons or key fighters in this war. And the way he is talking, though it's if you see the arena of a battlefield and a big battle going to happen, and Duryodhan must be in lot of anxiety, but still he is very uh, balanced head and very cold blooded, and the way he is talking, it makes very sensible talking he's doing. Means he's respect, giving the respect to each person, and how he is talking in the sequence that he is talking. It gives example that Duryodhan also had a very balanced mind and posture and dealings, and he is also giving the examples in such a way that all the Kauravas or Dronacharya and others who are listening to Duryodhan will feel a positive energy flowing for this battlefield, and so that they can give their 100% in this battlefield without any affection against the relatives or friends in the enemy's army. So this way we see the same point that Duryodhan also was a good logician and good speaker and motivator, and being king, still he's giving these examples to Dronacharya because Dronacharya may be already aware of all these things more than Duryodhan, but as a king, he is giving his uh, moral or his expectation in front of all these great warriors. So maybe many of them were listening to Dronacharya's conversation with Duryodhan. So, for a couple of more shlokas, Duryodhan will be speaking about the armies, and then conscience glowing is there. So, there we will understand that maybe who was listening, who all were listening to this conversation with Dronacharya. Okay, so if I imagine that there may be certain different points that might be discussed or might be explained, or you all might have heard about this chapter, then please feel free to share with all of us so we can, of course, discuss and uh, expand our understanding of this chapter. Okay, so even if no points today, some points tomorrow also okay. Thank you very much for joining today, and we will continue our reading every day and try to learn and implement the teachings from Bhagavad Gita into our day-to-day life to make our life sublime and meaningful for us and for everyone around us. Thank you very much for joining and keeping the vibrations going of Bhagavad Gita. Thank
Thank you. Hare Krishna.
हरे कृष्णा प्रभु जी धन्यवाद
Thank you, Hare Krishna.
Thank you.
you.
Thank you, Hare Krishna.